the real show begins. All right. You are watching Political Point Magazine, where the right is right and the left is, well, always on the wrong side of history. Why? Because political minds want to know. So enjoy a conservative point of view. And let's talk pea soup. With tonight's top stories: the election midterm GOP victory. Yes, the Republican heat wave. That's what we're calling it. Takes control of the Senate, the House, and the governorships. Yeah. Wow, it was a big, huge night for the Republicans, because the Democrat tactics of race baiting and the war on women didn't work. No, yep. That's right, my friends. The Democrats fall short of their goal to maintain control of the Senate and take a few House races. But they failed. And the Obama administration is downplaying the GOP victory. We will get into a lot of that and more on tonight's. We will take it to the phones with you, the viewers. And tonight, we welcome you back once again. Another week. My friends, it is truly amazing. I am, as you can see, I'm wearing my red to represent the Republican victory. Yep. So we thank you for tuning in tonight. All right, my friends. Well. You know, there are a lot of people out there that owe me an apology because we have followed the midterm elections to the letter, and my friends, mind you, Political Point, my organization at Political Point has been following these elections for years, ever since we started the program, which we started the program back in July of 2004. All right, and we used the program as a political campaign tool to campaign for President Bush and the Republicans, and we have been effective in a lot of the elections. All right, but there are trends now happening now, my friends, that the midterm elections now of 2014 are over, and my friends, we have the Republican victory. That's right, my friends. The GOP takes control of both houses of Congress, okay, the Senate, okay, of which, my friends, okay, let me show you this picture here. We take you to the very first one to win victory here. One of the very first ones to win victory here was Mitch McConnell. Okay, yeah. Oh my goodness, this was a night to remember. Remember, he was going against Allison Lundergan Grimes, and he won big, my friends. Okay, he won big. All right, but before I get down to that, my friends, I want to talk. I want to take you into another segment of mine that I have that I have had on the show before. All right. Now the Republicans made victory. All right. Very, 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 very well. All right. But we are going to take you now to my Mark My Words segment. All right. And in which here, this is where we take you down here now to the Mark My Words segment. And this segment, my friends, is the most excellent of my of my little mantra here. All right, but anyhow, okay, we will take you to the Mark My Words segment, and this, my friends, okay, is the segment of which we follow the words of both the parties. Okay, both the parties that were campaigning, and it's quite interesting, my friends, that we now have the election here, and this is truly, I mean, big victories in places where you know, just people didn't think that the Republicans would ever get. Like, I was surprised and shocked to see that Illinois went red, okay, as far as the governorships were concerned. All right, and this, my friends, is quite amazing. I just, have the utmost of knowledge here. All right, because this, my friends, comes to as we take you down to now to my Mark My Words segment. Okay, and okay, and this, my friend, I want you to pay attention here. All right, now, all throughout the election, though, okay, the Democrats tried and failed at race baiting, okay, playing the race card, and also gender identity politics came into play, in which they also rammed hard the war on women. All right, but see, that all didn't work. Okay, it didn't work, namely because, okay, especially when you had Democrats campaigning out there, who said stupid things like this.
Anybody tell you that, it's corporations and businesses that create jobs? You know, that old theory, trickle-down economics. That has been tried. That has failed.
I've been watching some of these ads, and there's sort of this sense that, well, I heard someone say, well, Joni Ernst, she's really attractive. And she sounds nice. Well, I got to thinking about that. I don't care if she's as good looking as Taylor Swift or as nice as Mr. Rogers. But if she votes like Michelle Bachmann, she's wrong for the state of Iowa.
The Republicans are blocking immigration reform. That's one more reason why we need a Democratic Senate. So I support you. I'm with you. And you need to go protest the Republicans.
The only issue that Republicans are talking about is vilifying the President of the United States. Now, I grant you he has not such great numbers, and they'll probably be successful in picking up a few seats. But I don't think African-American voters are going to forget what this party has done to the first African-American president.
To be very, very honest with you, in the South has not always been the friendliest place for African Americans. It's been a difficult time for the president to present himself in a very positive light as a leader. It's not always been a good place for women to be able to present ourselves. It's more of a conservative place.
Did you vote for President Obama, 2008, 2012?
You know, this election, it isn't about the president. It's about making sure we put Kentuckians back to work.
Did you vote for it?
I was actually in 08 a delegate for Hillary Clinton, and I think that Kentuckians know I'm a Clinton Democrat through and through.
You were successful, somebody along the line gave you some help. If you got a business, that you didn't build that. Somebody else made that happen.
Wow. You know, and it just goes to show you, and in that montage there, all right, that the Democrats are so out of touch. Okay? And they got a thumping. Okay? They got a thumping. All right? Now, okay, and once again, you know, this proves my point that the Democrats are so out of touch, you know, especially when Barack Obama went out there and put his policies on the ballot. Okay, remember this?
Now, I'm not on the ballot this fall. Michelle's pretty happy about that. But make no mistake, these policies are on the ballot. Every single one of them.
Every single one of them. Well, Mr. President, you know, that was perhaps probably the dumbest thing that anybody ever could say in the election. Okay, all right, because you know, the Republicans basically took that and ran with it. Okay, and then you noticed that the Democrats even took that into consideration. All right, because you know, and every Democrat that ran on Obama's policies got ousted. Okay, or was having trouble. Okay, and so you saw a lot of Democrats distancing themselves from Obama. All right, you know, and it just goes to show you. And then there was a new poll out that asked if President Obama's policies were on the November ballot, would you vote for them? Would you vote for or against them? 58% said they'd vote against them. Okay, and this is a pool of registered voters. Okay, and 58% said they would vote against Barack Obama's policies, and 36% said they would vote for. Okay, so my friends, this is all proving to be quite the segment here. All right, because you know, it just goes to show you that that now that I even was so surprised that now that the administration, okay, the administration now is kind of downplaying the election results. All right, take a look at Josh Earnest, the White House press secretary, trying to.
It would not be wise to draw as broad a conclusion about the outcome of this election as you would from a national presidential election, simply by virtue of the map and the fact of the states where this contest is taking place. That said, this election is extraordinarily important.
Really? That said, this election is extremely important. Well, wait, he mentioned the map. Okay. And my friends, I am going to definitely show you this map. All right? Because we now have we now have victories all over the place. All right? Victories of the Republicans. Okay? The GOP victory, and my friends, it's quite interesting. All right? Okay, and we are still in the Mark My Words segment, but I do want to show you the victories here. Okay, but first off, Okay, the GOP victories. Okay, we will get back into that, but first, okay. First off, I wanna mention this. Okay, now in Utah, okay, Utah, we had an extreme victory here. An extreme victory here. Okay, right here. Okay, this is Mia Love. Okay, she was mayor of Saratoga Springs. Okay, in Utah. All right, and also she also spoke at the Republican National Committee convention. Okay, but I want to show you this. Okay, this in the Mark My Words segment. All right, this is a Republican victory. All right, and this is what she said. Okay, as far as her victory was concerned, because a lot of Democrats were making a big issue out of the race card and everything, you know. In fact, they were using scare tactics to try to discourage voters from voting Republican. Okay, but Mia Love is the first black Republican woman elected to the U.S. House of Representatives, okay, defeating Democrat Doug Owens, okay, in the Utah district, long held by conservative Democrat Jim Manchin, okay, Jim Matheson, okay. In 2012, Love lost to Matheson by 768 votes. Okay, but now in an interview with CNN, she attributed her victory to Utah values. Okay, and this is what she said. Okay, this is the statement. This is her statement. Okay, that she's Okay, wait, hold up a second now. Okay, now this is her statement. All right, in the Mark My Words segment. All right, but this is her statement coming in here clear. All right, but her statement is very, very powerful. All right, and I want to show you this. Okay, all right, she says, okay, this has nothing to do with race. Utahns have made a statement that they're not interested in dividing Americans based on race or gender, that they want to make sure that they are electing people who are honest, who have integrity, who could be able to go out and actually make sure that we represent the values that they hold dear. Okay, now that, my friends, is a very, very powerful statement. All right, and it should be respected. All right, because her victory, once again, has nothing to do with her color. All right, and the Democrats were all getting all vexed into the scare tactics of race baiting and everything. Another Republican victory. Okay, but first, okay, for another Republican victory. Okay, not only is she African American, but she's also a woman. Okay, and this proving that the war on women didn't work for the Democrats. Okay, the race baiting and playing the race card didn't work for the Democrats. All right, and it's totally ludicrous. The Democrats are stooping so low to suggest that their party is the party that supports the civil rights. You know, it's far from it. You know, it's far from it. Okay? The Democratic Party never has been the party that supported the blacks and minorities. The Republican Party has done more for blacks and minorities than Democrats ever have. Mind you, the Republicans also recognized women's suffrage and gave women equal rights with men. All right? So the war on women is dead. Okay? The Republicans defeated the Democrats in their lame women. All right? The Democrats war on women didn't work. All right? You cannot objectify this and get into identity politics because it doesn't work. All right? Mind you, the Democrats tried playing the race card and it didn't work. All right? So, which brings me to another victory over here. All right? Another victory which we get into. Whoops, that's not the one. Sorry about that. This woman, Elise Stefanik, okay, becomes the youngest woman ever elected to Congress. Yes, that's right, my friends. The youngest woman ever elected to Congress. That's right. And in the Mark My Words segment, she has a very powerful statement. Okay. Now, this is her statement. Okay. I'm really interested in having a conversation with other new millennial candidates, hopefully, whether they're Republican or Democrat, about our nation's debt and spending, because my generation will inherit the spending. Now, that was her statement. Okay, so she is concerned about my generation. Okay, now, which by the way, okay, Elise Stefanik is from New York. Okay, and she won a House seat in Congress, in the New York Congress. Okay, so she is 30 years old. Okay, she just became the youngest woman ever elected to Congress. Okay, now she defeated Democrat Aaron Wolf, securing the House seat vacated by Democrat Bill Owens in New York's 21st Congressional District. All right. Now, okay, so she is the youngest. Now, the youngest woman candidate, youngest Republican woman, by the way, and she wins a House seat. Okay. Now, I was right the day before the election when I said the Republicans will take control of the Senate, and will take control of the Senate and expand their majorities in the House. Okay. Now, with this election of Elise Stefanik, she's the youngest Republican woman in the House of Representatives. All right, and she is concerned about our nation's debt. All right, yeah, that's right, our nation's debt. All right, but I want to get into some of the victory speeches. All right, namely, okay, the election, namely, all right, the GOP victory. All right, and now the GOP victory comes up. The very first one, okay, the very first one to come into this, all right, was Republican Mitch McConnell. All right, take a look at this, my friend.
She's the reason I do what I do in Washington. We can make a difference
and we do every single day. We're proud of that in my office, and yet as I've traveled across the state, I've become acutely reminded of something else the government can do. It can do terrible damage to families and communities. I've seen the hurt in people's eyes in the mountains. It breaks your heart to see the pain that distant planners in federal agencies are causing to so many in our state. And if you're an elected official like me, it hardens your resolve to do something about it.
And you are looking at the winner.
Okay, yep. The winner of the oh man. Mitch McConnell from Kentucky. All right, wins in the Senate there. Okay, Mitch McConnell will now become the Senate Majority Leader. All right. Yeah, that's right. Mitch McConnell will now become the Senate Majority Leader. Yep, that's right. Okay, and you know, a lot of people thought, or some on the left thought that Mitch McConnell was finished. All right, no, he wasn't. Okay, he ran a good campaign. Okay, and this just goes to show you too. Okay, this just goes to show you that the Republicans, okay, the Republicans also won in the war on coal, okay, because now with the Republicans expanding their majorities in the House and retaking the Senate, all right, we now can put ourselves on a path to becoming energy independent. That's right. Okay, so now we need to approve the Keystone Pipeline. That's right. Okay, approve the Keystone Pipeline. And my friends, I deeply stress this. Okay, that this is very, very crucial to our energy independence. We have tons of oil and energy resources here at home. All right? Okay? Tons of energy and oil resources here at home. All right? And it does prove that we can tap it. We need to approve the Keystone Pipeline. All right? Which I don't know why the president has been I don't know why the president has been lax on this, but you know, it just goes to show you that we do need to take control of our destiny here. All right. So, but let me show you some of the races here that did take effect. All right, but Mitch McConnell now goes on to become the Senate Majority Leader. All right, and okay, but before I get into that, okay, I want to show you something. Okay, that I want to show you something. Okay, here that that is quite interesting. How the administration, okay, downplays, but there's a comparison between now, okay, there's a comparison now to Barack Obama's reaction to the thumping of this midterm election, and President Bill Clinton's reaction to the 1994. Okay. But I want to show you this. Okay. And I want to show you this because this is quite significant. Okay. And and it's quite interesting. All right. To note the words. All right. Okay, and let's take it to again mark my words segment. All right, so the mark my words segment coming up here. All right, and so I take you to the mark my words bar. All right, just like this. Okay, but here's Barack Obama, the day after the election. Okay, and okay, yeah. Here's Barack Obama the day after the election. All right, the midterm election. Okay, and oh, it's quite interesting. All right, so take a listen. All right, so here's Barack Obama the day after the election. All right.
Then I have a unique responsibility to try and make this town work. So to everyone who voted, I want you to know that I hear you. To the 2/3 of voters who chose not to participate in the process yesterday, I hear you too. All of us have to give more Americans a reason to feel like the ground is stable beneath their feet, that the future is secure.
Yeah. Now, take a listen to former President Bill Clinton after the thumping of the 1994 midterm elections. Okay. Yeah, take a look.
I think that I have some responsibility for it. I'm the president. I'm the leader of the efforts that we have made in the last 2 years. And to whatever extent that we didn't do what the people wanted us to do, or they were not aware of what we had done, I must certainly bear my share of responsibility, and I accept that.
Uh-huh. So, now, all of this comparing and the words and everything, all right, it's quite significant, all right? It's quite significant, okay? Because now it will prove interesting to see if Barack Obama, President Barack Obama, holds to his little threat of the veto pen and the phone and whatnot, and we shall see if he does actually work with the Republicans on this. But let me show you, before I get to the phone lines here, okay, the GOP victory, all right, but the GOP victory comes in very, very clear here, all right, and as we put it up here, all right, I want to show you some of the races here, all right, that came really, really good here, all right. So the first one, okay, the first one here is Wisconsin. Okay, this one is very, very significant. Okay, very, very significant. Okay, all right. Wisconsin. Okay, Scott Walker. You remember Scott Walker? Okay. Now, back in 2013, okay, there was a recall election in which the Occupy movement got a little upset that Scott Walker was going after the public unions, right? Okay. Now, this election is very, very critical, very, very interesting, because, okay, Scott Walker wins in a landslide, okay, this midterm election, okay? He is the only governor, the only Republican governor, okay, the only governor that was elected 3 times, okay, in 3 times well, twice for 2 terms, or twice for 1 term, okay. The first time he was elected was in 2010, all right, and then the second time was the recall of 2013 when he won a major victory over the public unions, and and stuff. And now this third time for his second term, okay, and he is the 3-time champion of the Republican Party. All right, and now I want to take you into, okay, this one here. All right, now this one, okay,
Yeah.
Of Mayor.
okay, now I want to take you into this
Versus Rick.
Okay. This one right here, Maryland. Okay. Maryland was another good one. Maryland was a blue state. Okay. It turned red. All right. Maryland. Okay. And Larry Hogan wins over here. Okay. By a major victory here. Okay. Okay. The next one, this is the governor's races. All right. Okay. The next one. Okay.
Democrat down there.
Okay. The next one here is Florida.
Marijuana in that state will be.
Okay. The Florida right here. As you can see, okay. As you can see, okay. This election was between former Republican Charlie Crist, who was the governor of that state, okay, but and he was going against Rick Scott, all right, yeah, Rick Scott, okay, the Republican, all right. Now, Charlie Crist was a Republican, but then he switched to Democrat, and he went to the dark side, and this, my friends, is quite significant. Okay, it's quite significant here, all right. Now, this election proves that Charlie Crist is way out of touch, along with the rest of the Democratic Party, all right? Because, it's saying that, oh, I can't get my old job back, okay? And Rick Scott wins that election there, all right? Okay? And so the next one, okay, the next one that's quite significant here, comes to play as we go to Illinois. Was another shocker here, okay? Illinois right here, okay? A blue state, yeah, a blue state that turns red, yeah, that's right, okay. Now, Democrat Pat Quinn loses in a landslide to Republican Bruce Runner. Okay. Now, 51% to, and this is quite significant. Illinois, the blue state of Illinois turns red. That is significant. Oh my gosh. The very, very blue state of Illinois. Okay. Now, the next one is Maine. Okay.
Larry Hogan poll.
Okay. The next one is Maine. Here. All right. But all right. I'm going to take this call because we are definitely running out of time here. Okay. All right. Hello. You're on the air. What's on your political mind?
Pete, congratulations. It looks like we got a lot of new candidates now.
Oh, yes.
I want to give you my 5-point list. Starting at number 1, the Keystone Pipeline.
Yes.
Number 2, the tax loopholes.
We need to simplify the tax code.
Okay. It should have a loophole also. American corporations overseas.
Flat tax.
Right.
Flat tax.
Okay.
Okay. Now we do, and a lot of Republicans are for this. We need to return that money that business money that's overseas, so we can pay down the debt.
I agree, and we shouldn't be giving out federal grants to energy problems, solving it at like a Star Trek invention crisis. The crisis behind it is once they already built these things, they're non-sustainable. they're not going to supply, and they go for more and federal funding. And another thing I wanted to discuss is the Arab nations since 1973, 3 years before you were born, the OPEC oil embargoment. They started this whole thing, and all the way everybody involved, I don't care what your name is in politics or government, it's still existing today, pretty much. But I did hear this morning on Channel 9, the Rick guy on the Money Talk, saying that the global gas prices are coming down.
They are coming down just a little bit, but that's not due to anything the Obama administration did.
Right, but the Keystone Pipeline, I don't even know what pushed it with it.
The Keystone Pipeline would actually lower gas prices dramatically.
Right, but it's been there. This is another problem.
It would create.
Hear me
It
out.
would create millions of jobs.
Right, listen to me now. That Alaskan pipeline was like 1976, and nobody's ever used it. But what they've used of it and production of oil, they took it off American soil and sold it overseas. Same thing with the economy and groceries. They just shut Russia down out of the U.S. Mass majority of all our agriculture development and all the grants and all the profit gain, they're shipping that all over to another country, to the point where all the laborers that labored can't even eat because the prices are raised, and they're shipping out all our goods overseas. And America's going without. We have a cow shortage now. We have a crop shortage. And what is developed is already on commodity trade to go out of the United States, such as Russia, such as Germany, the Eastern European worlds, including what about this? Who am I thinking of? Kim Lee. You know what I'm thinking of. The leader there that executed his in-laws and had Dennis Rodman show up on
Oh, you're talking about North Korea. That's Kim Jong-un.
Okay. What was it that we gave him food while they developed $1 trillion in nuclear capacity? They're always threatening the United States or
Speaking
South
of nuclear
Korea
threats,
or whatever. They're going against their own people.
Speaking of
and
nuclear
he's
threats, we
doing
need
his
to
own
do
people.
something about Iran.
Oh, well, that's Arab oil again. That's been happening since 1973. Another thing is the immigration. That was the other one on the list. You could. I mean, it's pretty bad when you get caught selling weaponry and drugs for the U.S. soil, and then saying you're keeping them out. That was shameful. But another thing is like we discussed in our talks. There's only 3 countries that have human, survival resources, such as an economical system with Social Security and such. But another thing, they're having a hard time with the immigration law. How are you going to fit all these third world countries on all 3 continents? How are you going to fit the population of immigrants in the U.S., in Canada, Great Britain, which are the 3 dominant traits that have supported all these world fundings for hunger, government money, space technology programs?
First of all,
why don't those other countries be forced to set up an economical system without failing, and rules and regulations behind an economical system?
First
doing their own thing, and America to the rescue, Great Britain to the rescue.
Look, first and foremost, okay, on the immigration thing, okay, we need to control the borders. Okay.
You can control the
We
borders,
need we
but
need
they've
to
been
put
used for
border
years.
security
Both
first,
sides have used
and
each
then
other,
deal with the
and weaponries, the Fast and
illegals.
Fury,
Yeah.
as well as the drug cartel. Okay.
They're getting
BBC busts
investigated
the drug
thoroughly.
cartel. They put
Okay,
it on the
we
street.
are going to
Not the
control
highest
this.
dealer, and they get all.
We are going to get
candy.
this done no matter how much the Obama administration threatens to use executive fiat.
Right. No matter what, you know. Another thing I do want to address on a local level. Okay, and I'm very serious about this. Okay, on the local level, we have a drug crisis in Tompkins County where people are showing up OD dead.
Oh, you
Five
heard about
and above on
the heroin.
Okay.
You
Let
heard
me
about
tell you a little
the
story.
the heroin. Listen. We don't have time for a little story, okay?
Well, this is major. Okay.
You just
Listen,
need to cut to the
I know what
chase.
drugs can do to you.
Yes, you need to just cut to the chase because there's
Okay. My
limited
mother
amount
took
of
a
time
drug
here.
overdose because of my father being so bad that she was pregnant for me. I was a year and a half, and my mom was in 9 months in a coma. I came out malformed because of drugs. The people today are taking this heroin, not knowing what's in it, not knowing what it is and what it does. Okay. This stuff is laced, and they're using everything under the kitchen sink, literally. So if you have somebody out there in our listening response that has somebody so out there, don't just leave them there to die. Get them help. Anonymous help. Get them to a hospital. Get them to the nearest clinic. Because 18 to 30-year-olds are just questioned, youth, confused, and they're poisoning them. They're profiteering, and it's death after death in the last 5 months in this town, in Tompkins County, in the city of Ithaca. Over the
I
last
think
year
our
and a
representative
half,
Tom Reed will take care of that.
well, we definitely have a problem, but I want to say it's don't worry about the bus. Save your life. Get your buddy help.
All right. Well, thank you for your call.
And know what's in it, you know. Oh, another thing is the VA is now shutting down doctors that have used it, insurance companies, insurance programs just to profit gain.
All right. Well, thank you for your call.
And Obama, if
need
he's
to
going to
move
give
on.
everybody insurance, is it just for the doctors continue using people as commodities for profit gain?
No, there's still a
more
problem
than
with
they'll ever
Obamacare.
make?
There's still a problem with Obamacare.
Still a problem. We'll talk later.
All right.
Sit back and think about it.
All right. Thank you for your call. All right, my friends. Let me get on to another thing. Okay, on this midterm thing. There's another first here. West Virginia. Okay. West Virginia elected the first Republican woman. Okay, take a look. Oops. Hold on. Here.
Woman to the United States. We were one of the first states to send a message to President Obama tonight that his policies were on the ballot today. And it can be heard loud and clear in the White House, I believe, that this president's agenda just isn't working for West Virginia.
Uh-huh. Yep. And there we have the Senate. Okay. But West Virginia sends Shelley Moore Capito. And you have got to see this. All right. You have got to see this. Take a look at this. All right. And as I put that up on the screen here, this is the Senate. Okay. But okay, you take a look at this here. All right. West Virginia, the first Republican woman, and oh, look at that. She really whooped the Democrat Natalie Tennant, and 62% to 34%. Oh my God, that is truly amazing. All right, but yep. But if you look at the chart here.
Closer, John McLaughlin, who's.
But if you look at the chart here, okay. Now the Senate. This is the balance of power here. All right. the Senate now, okay, plays a big role here, all right, and okay, so the Senate now takes a big role here, all right. This is the balance of power right here, all right, okay. The Republicans needed 6 seats. They picked up 7. Okay, and that's the chart in the Senate there. All right, but I do want to get into some other races here. Okay, like Iowa. Joni Ernst, okay, picked Joni Ernst, okay, Joni Ernst picks up, okay, but anyway, I showed you the Senate chart, okay, but now, wait, I showed you the Senate chart, okay, but now I want to show you the House chart, all right, okay, now the House chart is a little bit fuller. Okay. Now remember, I said that the Republicans would retake back the Senate and expand their majorities in the House, and they did. All right. Take a look at this chart. Okay. This chart has the Republicans 242, Democrats 174, and I believe there's like only one independent in there that could vote with the Democrats or could vote with the Republicans. Okay, but now getting into the home.
The win there.
Okay, getting into the home stretch here. All right, North Carolina. All right, North Carolina. Tom Tillis beats Kay Hagan. All right, and Kansas. Okay, Kansas was another state that went red. This was the race that everybody thought that the independent would win, but Pat Roberts, sitting incumbent Republican, overwhelmingly landslide beat the Republican in there. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now that's a little bit of, okay. Colorado, okay, is another one here. Okay, right there, Colorado. As you can see, Cory Gardner beats Mark Udall. Okay, right there. All right. And in Iowa, okay, the last one here, Iowa, okay, Iowa, here we...
In Washington, politicians are more interested in talking than doing. They ignore problems, hoping they'll go away. But you know what? Our problems aren't just going to go away on their own, but we can overcome them. Because this is the greatest nation in the history of mankind. And there is nothing we can't achieve. We are going to do this. But to get there, it starts with new leadership.
Mm-hmm. That's Joni Ernst. Okay. And also, there was a couple other Republican victories in there. But I need to get to the last words of the night. I am still celebrating my victory dance. Okay. Republicans, now we are going to have to unify and get stuff done. All right. But that is the show for tonight. That is all the time I have left on the show tonight, unfortunately. Thank you for watching Political Point, where the right is right and the left is always on the wrong side of history. Now, let's help the Republicans keep this majority, and then in 2016, we can get this done. All right, my friends, follow me on Twitter at WilliamMetro2, and also check us out on YouTube. All All right. We thank you for watching Political Point, where the right is right and the left is always on the wrong side of history.